there's no surprise about what he's doing, right? There's no open questions here. There's no black box. There's no mystery about his intentions or what type of leader he ISIS. He's doing the same things they all do. Again, blaming enemy, give yourself emergency powers, consolidate power, enrich yourself, never give up power, and join the club with other strongmen if you can. They all do the exact same thing. And Trump has always told us that these are the things that he would do. There is no mystery about what he wants or how he is trying to GET-IT, where there is mystery and where there is drama and where the history of this moment will be told. ISIS and two things. The two open questions we've got are how are we going to respond as a country, right? We know what he's doing and how he's trying to do IT. How are we going to respond as a country? Meaning how far are we going to let him go? That story still being written today, every day in your personal life. But number two, how skilled he going to be a T trying to pull this all off? How skilled is he going to be or not? And again, just in today's headlines, there's plenty of news on that front as well, because whatever you think of his intentions, his skill level, low. I mean, to the extent that what he's trying to do depends on him using his control over the government to do the things he wants to do, right? The operations of his government and to a certain extent, his political operation continue every day to be kind of a clown show. I mean, for would-be strongman, for a man who wants to seem like a Putin type, right? Like one of these strongmen that he so admires all over the world. For a would-be strongman, there really is profound weakness here. Take the Lisa Cook debacle as an example. Trump has asserted that he needs unprecedented control over every lever of the U.S. economy, even levers of over the U.S. economy that were explicitly designed from jump to be independent of any president's influence. He wants not only control over raising revenues through taxes, which something only Congress is supposed to do. He wants control over what the government spends, which something that Congress is supposed to be able to do. He wants control over the central bank, which something that ISIS explicitly designed to not be controlled by the U.S. president. Now, should Trump have expanded control over more elements of the U.S. economy? Should he have unprecedented control over levers of the U.S. economy? Well, how is he done with the stuff that he does control already? I don't know. Under him, we've had job growth suddenly slow to a 16-year low, excluding the pandemic, which happened in his first term. Under him, long-term unemployment, now per the Washington Post today, quote, a post-pandemic high and a level typically only seen during periods of economic turmoil. Thanks to Trump's second-term policies, health insurance premiums are about to spike to their big. Jump in at least 5 years. There are 24 million Americans on Affordable Care Act plans. And above and beyond the spike in healthcare premiums that everybody's about to see, if you're on the Affordable Care, a CT this next year, your health insurance costs are expected to rise by more than 75%. That's affecting 24 million Americans. Healthcare costs up more than 75% in a year. That's because of Trump's policies. How's he doing on your personal economy? Donald Trump has done such a hit job on the economy that is now putting his name on the signs of a bunch of infrastructure projects that were passed and funded by Joe Biden and Biden's legislation that Trump was fanatically and vocally opposed to. Inflation, up, the labor market, down, health prices are about to go through the roof. And so Trump is taking credit, literally, putting his name on Joe Biden's economic projects in the hopes that maybe he'll at least GET. Credit for that stuff, because that stuff seems like it's worky. So yeah, a guy with that record, should this man GET even more control over the U.S. economy? Should he also take the reins of the Federal Reserve Bank that legally independent from him? I think that's a reasonable question. But the way he's tried to GET that control, the way he's tried to GET control of the Federal Reserve by making wild accusations against Lisa Cook, against a woman who on the board of governors of the Fed, who Trump has decided he's going to try to remove her from her post and thereby grasp the reins of the Fed and control IT himself. And how has he gone after Lisa Cook? He has accused her of mortgage fraud, and then he had his DOJ open a criminal investigation into her for this supposed terrible mortgage fraud. And as bizarre as this attack on what? The details of IT aren't working out for him. We first had reporting from ProPublica and Reuters that the thing for which Lisa Cook is being accused is not something for which people really ever criminally GET charged. Then we had further reporting from ProPublica Transportation Secretary Bear, apparently done with their bar, accusing Lisa Cook of doing bar, according to mortgage documents. Bar S have family members of the Rump administration's federal mortgage guy who made this accusation against Lisa Cook in he first place. Now, this weekend swing to give Donald Trump massive new powers that no resident has ever had before. His was their big swing. Tober, a control of the Fed. And AKIT subject to his whims ND, his peculiar form of economic genius that right now S bankrupting your favorite North Dakota soybean farmer. Ian, this was their big swing give Trump huge new power the biggest economy on the planet. And they apparently ever Googled to see if the accusation would stand up to then one day of scrutiny. They ever checked to see if the accusation would be blatantly obviously, publicly, provably and true. Their intentions are exactly what you think they are, air cap. Abilities, though, are not so much. I mean, you may have also noticed today that Donald Trump has not initiated a U.S. military invasion of Chicago. I mean, Trump literally threatened to wage war against the city of Chicago. He threatened a military apocalypse in the city of Chicago. Chicago Ice about to find out why it's called the Department of War. That Ice not somebody posting about Trump. That's Trump posting. After making that threat, the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois pushed back super hard, as did the people of Chicago, who said, no troops in our streets. And hey, wouldn't you know IT? Now Trump has lost interest, apparently, in mounting a military invasion of the city of Chicago. He's apparently not sending the troops there after all. And hey, if you are watching me right now and you are one of the people, one of the tens of thousands of people who went to those big peaceful protests and rallies and demonstrations against Trump's promised invasion of Chicago, congratulations. You stopped him. IT worked. He did not send troops. He does not like being resisted. He moves on to try something else instead. You know who also stopped him? Grand juries, the least romantic, least heralded, part of our whole criminal justice system, regular citizens. Every day we're getting more and more news about grand juries, regular citizens who are doing something previously unheard of in the criminal justice system. They are refusing to hand down indictments against people the Trump administration is trying to charge in the cities that they have invaded in Los Angeles first. And now every day in Washington, D.C., grand juries are saying, no, they will not sign off on felony charges being brought against people who Trump's feckless and incoherent prosecutors are trying and failing to prosecute. And speaking of incoherent, Trump has now had to post a bowing and scraping apology for, having his immigration agents arrest and shackle and deport Han. Dreads of South Korean workers who were apparently legally in the United States constructing a battery plant in the state of Georgia. Didn't mean to horrify and shock and insult one of our most important geopolitical and economic allies getting their whole country up in arms against us because we have built an abuse machine in the name of immigration enforcement, that ICE machine we can't control, and IT just goes after anyone who looks foreign. And did we do that? We didn't understand who they were or why they were here. We just arrested and chained them all. Were we not supposed to do that? So now Trump has had to post this. He just posted this online. When foreign companies who are building extremely complex products, machines, and various other things come into the United States with massive investments, I want them to bring their people of expertise. I don't want to frighten off or distinctiveness investment into America by outside countries or companies. We welcome them. We welcome their employees. Yeah, that's not what you've been doing. This I assess what you've been doing. This I not a welcome. Did you not know they going to arrest all these people? Did the people doing the arresting know why they were arresting these people or who these people were? Was this part of a plan? You're not even a year into this term in office and you already have no idea what your own government is doing, and you apparently can't stop IT even when you do. Strong men want to seem strong. They say things all the time that are meant to create the impression that they are very powerful, very strong. They can do whatever they want. that does not mean that they are strong. In our case with our would-be strongman, this guy has put together the only federal prosecutor's team in the history of the United States legal system who actually can't GET a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. In our case with our would-be strongman, this guy has decided to mount a overthrow of the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States of America with the legal equivalent of scribbling something mean about the Fed on a bathroom wall and hoping the rumor mill will take care of the rest in our case, the case of our would-be strongman. This guy, accidentally arrested 300 South Koreans without any idea of why, and now has no idea how to fix IT. Now that South Korea, obviously, is mad. I mean, in our case with our would-be strongman, you better watch out or you're going to GET a U.S. military invasion of your city. Unless you say no real loud. In which case, okay, then no invasion. I'll go invade somewhere else. Maybe. And yes, I know that they are now promising a massive assault on their political enemies, right? They're going to use the whole government to annihilate the whole political left in America. I know that's what they are saying now. Their ambitions are, as grand as they are, predictable and unsurprising IT, IS textbook stuff. But never forget for a second that they are also just terrible